I want to talk about this Excel file that we can use to solve some present value and future value type questions for us when it comes to using Excel for the time value of money problems in Chapter 5. This is under your LMS under Unit 4, Chapter 5, and you'll find that file there to take a look at. And the way it's organized is anything that's in blue is an input. Anything that's in black is a formula. So I've set this up where you can just, depending on the type of problem you're solving for, that you can go into here and you can enter the appropriate amount to solve for the answer. So this is broken out between annuities and present value or future value of a single amount. So I've got present value of an ordinary annuity, future value of an ordinary annuity, and down here it's annuity due, present value, future value of annuity due, future value of an amount, present value of an amount. Then down here, it's the other parts that you can solve for. You can solve for N, which is using the NPER formula, solving for I, which is the rate formula, solving for payment, which is the PMT formula, and solving for the effective annual rate, which is the effect formula. And so I'm just going to work a couple problems with you just to show you how this works. So back to the Chapter 5 Excel, and just want everybody to kind of just see how this works and how you do this. So this says solving for the future value of something, and we're going to use the future value formula, and this is simply the future value of 3 years, interest rate of $4 or 4%, and the present value is 100. So future value, present value is 100. It was at 4% for 3 years. So I get 112.49 as my answer. And you can see that right there as my answer. So I just wanted you to see that. And that's the FV, which stands for future value formula. Okay, then we can go and do a couple more. Let's go ahead and do the same thing then for present value. So we'll do present value of $100, 4%, 3 years. So $100, 4%, 3 years. And this is the PV, or present value formula. So this is the 8890 that we have right there. Okay, and then we can solve for an interest rate, solve for I, solving for a rate. And this says what annual interest rate would cause $100 to grow to $119.10 in 3 years. So down here, future value is $119.10. $100 today, 3 years, and they get 6%. Okay, and you can see it here as 6% is the answer right there. Okay, that was called the rate formula. With these ones down here in this bottom row, the key here is one of these is a negative and one's a positive. So I entered that future value as a positive, present value as a negative, and it worked out. Same thing with solving for N, the number of periods before something happens. The question here, sales grow at 10% per year. How long before sales double at 10%? So we can go back and find the number of periods. So the present value can be today, 1, and I just want to double that to 2, and I'm going to grow at 10%, so I get 7.27 years, and it's the NPER. And that stands for, this rounds to 7.3. So number of periods would be the example. And same thing with annuities. This is an ordinary annuity, and this is a 3-year $100 at 4% for future value. So future value ordinary annuities, 3 years, I think maybe you already have those numbers in there, 4%. So put in 4% and we get 312.16, and the formula is still the FV formula. Now the zero, this zero right here, that stands for type, and the 0 tells Excel that this is an ordinary annuity. Okay. Then I can do the same thing on the present value of an ordinary annuity. Same numbers, 3 years, $100, 4%. Here's present value right here. Just changes one number to 4%, and we get 277.51, just like it says right there. And then we can do the annuity due, and this is just about timing of the payments. Do they happen at the beginning of the period or the end? Due means beginning of the period. Ordinary means the end. We'll use the same exact numbers. So we'll go right here, $100, 4%, 3 years, I get 324.65, just like I did here. Then we do the same thing on the present value, 3 years, $100, 4%. And I get the 288.61. So just like it says right there. Okay. So I just want everybody to see that. That should give you a good flavor for how to work these and solve these. So just hopefully I'll give you a good example. And as you work through your homework, you've got kind of a framework to go from. And keep in mind that in MindTap you have a lot of example videos there. As always, if you need any help with this, just let me know.